Hello, my name is Lynn, and I have been assigned to a group with Matthew and Jay, and we are researching understanding autism, a specific learning disability. Autism, also known as autism spectrum disorder, is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by challenges with social interaction, communication, and repetitive behaviors. Autism is a lifelong condition that affects individuals differently and to varying degrees of severity. The exact cause of autism is not fully understood, but it is believed to involve a combination of genetics and environmental factors. Research suggests that differences in brain development and connectivity may contribute to the characteristic symptoms of autism. Some of the characteristics of autism include difficulties in communication, social interactions, the ability to read verbal cues, nonverbal cues, facial expression, body language, um, the sensitivity to light, sounds, textures. Some of the characteristics also include language difficulties, delayed speech in younger children with autism, delayed development of speech, difficulty initiating and sustaining conversations, limited or repetitive language, echolalia, difficulty understanding abstract language such as humor, sarcasm, or non literal language. Repetitive movements or actions like hand flapping or rocking or spinning objects may be um, one of these signs. Adherence to strict routines or rituals may be prevalent. The resistance to change, intense focus on specific interests or topics or other activities, as well as sensitivities again to lights, noises, smells, and so forth. Autism is recognized as a disability under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, because it does significantly impact an individual's ability to access and benefit from education. For instance, if you have an individual with autism who is hyper or hyposensitive to sensory stimuli, that could interfere with them learning in the classroom, one who is struggling with uh, the difficulties of transitions because of inflexibility and strict adherence to rituals or routines. It makes it difficult for that individual to transition from one activity to another. Also, they may resist changes to routines, and they may have predictable behaviors upon changes in their routine. They like sameness of the environment. And so these are things, a few of the things that could impact a learner's ability to fully participate in the classroom setting. Commonality and cure. So, autism is a lifelong neurological developmental disorder. There is no cure. Early intervention is praised as a way to mitigate some of these known behaviors in individuals with autism. So, exposing the individual to early structured learning environments where they get a chance to practice social skills, learning how to have conversations, how to listen, helping them to deal with those sensory sensitivities, having them to learn how to understand verbal and nonverbal cues, having the individuals to practice routines in settings beyond the classroom, such as in restaurants or in public places, taking public transportation, maybe even learning how to enter and exit a vehicle safely. These are some of the interventions that can be used and have been successfully used to impact the individual with autism, to positively impact their life. Statistics. So, according to some of the research that is available, 1 in 54 children have been identified with autism. According to Autism Speaks, 1 in 36 children now have autism. That number is increasing. A previous statistic said 1 in 44. And so, and a statistic that I discovered from the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said it was 1 in 54, and that was in 2016. So this number is increasing. Autism affects about 4 out of every 100 boys and 1 out of every 100 girls. So that is almost 4 times as many boys affected by autism than girls. And what is the most challenging part of having um, a child with autism for parents is the challenges associated with identifying their strengths and their needs. However, there are some common challenges that both the children with autism and their parents face. And again, this goes back to some of these characteristics that were previously mentioned. Now, prevalence of autism in ethnically diverse groups has Autism Speaks has some statistics about that demonstrate improved interventions, improved diagnostics, identification of individuals with autism from various ethnic groups. And so this is still um, a category that needs to be approached with sensitivity, with care, and with information, a lot of information and resources to inform individuals in varying ethnic groups about autism so that they will become aware of what the signs are and they could become more informed about healthcare accessibility, diagnostics available, and the genetic elements and environmental components of autism. So we approach this topic with care and respect, and we increase information and make that information available to healthcare workers, individuals in various ethnic communities, um, places that the communities engage with, like houses of worship, places of worship, um, community centers, and so forth. Here on this video, you will find a personal experience of an individual living with autism. This individual lives in London, in England, so not in the United States. And he shares about getting a late life diagnosis of autism at the age of 30. He also shares how his life was for him as a child and a teenager, how finding and maintaining relationships and friendships was a struggle, how he had an intense interest in gaming, and how he was able to take that interest and turn it into a career, and how he now is navigating his life with an awareness of his diagnosis as an individual with autism and how it is positively impacting his awareness is positively impacting his life. I am not able to click the link to play the video during this presentation, but I invite you to click the link and watch the video. Again, the underrepresented groups, some of the studies show that socioeconomics, cultural and societal factors can be some of the barriers to individuals from ethnic groups receiving the information and even receiving the support and the help that they need. So the awareness, the information, the training needs to happen in the healthcare industry, in the education arena, and in the cultural groups to increase understanding and promote awareness about autism, what it is, and to increase access to the resources for individuals and families affected by autism in the ethnic groups. Parents do have rights. They have protected rights under IDEA, which is Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. And so these protected rights include a right to understand the information that is provided to them about autism, about the educational practices that will be used to support their child in school. And IDEA emphasizes the importance of parental involvement and participation in the special ed process. That means developing the IEP, which is the Individualized Education Program, having an awareness and an understanding of FAPE, free and appropriate public education, and having levels of accountability with monitoring their child's progress and evaluating their child in the classroom and in the school setting, and also being able to ensure that legal protections, rights, and supports are known and expressed to the parents. Support for parents to fully exercise their protected rights under IDEA looks like having the information accessible and understandable, having assistance like with advocates and resources that parents can access easily so that they can fully understand their child's, their learner's condition, their learner's situation, their learner's interventions, support networks and community resources, and legal assistance. These are all supports to fully exercise parents' rights under IDEA. In Arizona, some state resources. The Arizona Department of Education provides information related and resources related to education services and autism support. Arizona Autism Coalition offers advocacy support, resources for families and individuals. Arizona Division of Developmental Disabilities, DDD, offers services and support for individuals with developmental disabilities, and including autism and the families, information for the families as well. Locally, here in Phoenix area, we have Autism Society of Greater Phoenix. We have the Southwest Autism Research and Resource Center, SARC, which offers a range of services, including the diagnostic evaluations, educational programs, family support services, and SARC is located in Phoenix and in Tempe. ADE provides support groups and workshops and resources, and Autism Speaks Arizona provides resources and events, advocacy efforts for individuals and their families affected by autism. Here are accommodations that are used in classrooms that include visual schedules, visual picture cards, directions, instructions, establishing clear, consistent routines, providing those sensory tools, noise canceling headphones, sensory breaks, tailoring the instruction to meet the specific learning styles, strengths, and challenges of students with autism. A second set of accommodations include the explicit teaching of the social skills, providing those structured social interactions and supports for students to learn how to navigate social situations, implementing positive reinforcement strategies along with clear expectations and proactive behavioral management techniques, also utilizing assistive technology tools and apps to engage and interact with education and teaching of the social and academic aspects of the classroom. Thank you all so much for watching this presentation. Here are the references. You all have a blessed day.